just gotta do something that makes you super happy.
It's hard to be, because I know what would make me happy, but getting there is very stressful.
What's that?
Like, to run my own business, to get to that point
is the stressful part.
It's really stressful.
It is. That it is. But it's definitely worth it. Is it this right one right here?
I think so. And then is it like a, yeah, I think so.
I'm not 100% sure how to get there.
I think we took a different, It's March 22nd, 1 week after I turned 36 years old. Jimmy had this idea that we should all go to the Moonshine store and get lunch today. But Jimmy isn't here. It's just me and Stevie because Jimmy double booked himself. So here we are. The trip starts with an infamous burger, but the conversation would eventually lead to discussing some hard choices I need to make about my future. So here we go. You're listening to Shawntourage. Whatever brought you here, thank you. And keep listening if you'd like. My name's Sean, and I've decided to create a podcast that is the current story of my life. And as I navigate everyday life and stumble through things like mental health, business, relationships, and other things, you'll meet a lot of my friends. I hope that many of you can relate to my journey. Also, just a heads up, there is some explicit language in this podcast.
On a love, but it's frost and nice time. Much, but a light from a falling sky. Is it this right one right here?
I think so. And then is it like a, yeah, I think so.
I'm not 100% sure how to get there.
I think we took a different, I think I usually come up that way and somehow, I don't know. I haven't been to Moonshine in like a year.
Is this the right one? Or is it the other one at the dikes?
I don't know. Guess we'll find out.
I thought it was one more.
I thought there was a curve somewhere. Like where you go onto a gravel road. But I think you took a different way than I usually go. You know, I designed Moonshine's website.
Yeah, you don't know how to get there?
I don't know how to get there. Fuck. The Moonshine store is a bit of a local legend restaurant. Even though despite only being 30 minutes away from home, I always get lost trying to find it again. It's got a rich history. It's been around since 1912, where it was originally a post office and a general store. And even though the population is only a little over 1,000 people in Martinsville, Illinois, where it resides, it's consistently busy, having limited hours being open from the early AM hours to 1 p.m. in the afternoon. And while the restaurant consists of a decently sized selection of food options, the Moonshine store actually gets its fame from the burgers, which have gained notoriety across the U.S.
There's another way that has a creek that you have to cross. I think that's the first one, and it's usually pretty sketchy. I haven't been to Moonshine in probably 2 years.
Actually, me and Lily came out not too long ago. He had never been. We were hungover, and I was like, dude, let me take you to Moonshine. When you go into the restaurant, by appearance alone, you wouldn't really begin to understand what makes it so special. It carries a vintage look with quirky signs equal in age. It's filled with wood panel flooring and log cabin style interior walls. There's no tables to sit at inside, but there are picnic tables outside. The space itself inside isn't very wide, especially with the coolers, counters, and there are benches where people wait for their orders to come out, taking up space along the sides. It looks even smaller as everyone crowds in at a chance to get their order. The menu is printed off on what appears to be a basic Word document and boldly lists all the options. No fancy designs or art like you might see at a five-star restaurant or even a food truck. I got it.
Oh, you got it? I got it. Shoot on that one. That's the one I tried one of those. I'm going to do also a bacon cheeseburger.
All right, no drinks for you today?
I don't need one. I got one of them.
Okay,
Yeah,
is this for here or to go?
To go, please.
All right, may I have a name?
Sean.
All righty, 1823.
It's a cash-only business, although there is an ATM towards the front, and no indoor bathrooms, although there are porta potties outside. But the initial impression or the simplicity of how it appears isn't what makes it famous. Or maybe it is. Maybe that's its charm. As you step foot into this family-friendly place, you're reminded of what hard work and quality work can do. And despite the environment we're in, we can still make something amazing. For me, the Moonshine Store is that example. It is the living proof that we aren't always products of our environment, but rather we have the ability to influence what our environment looks like.
I swear to God. Are you taking the order? Yeah, I didn't recognize it.
That's us.
That's us.
Thank you very much. Dress it up real quick.
Picture of that sign.
Yeah, I want to. Down the road is one of our buddies' bars, the North Place. We decide to eat our food on the way and go there to have a drink. Sitting down as usual, we decide to talk about what our next big move is, or what could be based on what we've done so far. I can sell what I know. For sure.
Yeah.
Like, when it comes to computers, when I was, working at Best Buy, I could sell the shit out of some tech and some TVs.
And some fountains.
And some what?
And fountains.
Cars, I have to learn.
Just as easy.
I'd like to get into real estate.
Yeah. Erica Lightus, she killed it.
Yeah, she's doing great. And there's a lady in Robinson who said she'd bring me on as an agent if I complete the course.
Why don't you?
Just another thing to add to the plate.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't think I could go back to like a 9 to 5 though.
If my bills could be paid for 3 months, I would quit my job right now.
How much money is that?
That's the real question, though. What would it take for me to pursue my aspirations? And should I actually wait for that cushion in order to jump? Will the cushion I'm waiting for ever even happen? And if it doesn't, does that mean I'm just stuck at where I'm at? But first, this episode is brought to you by Ausha. A-U-S-H-A. Ausha. People ask me how I produce my podcasts. There are 3 tools: a recorder, an audio editing software like Adobe Audition, and Ausha. Ausha is a tool for distributing the podcast across multiple platforms. It also helps me analyze data from my listeners as well as monetize through advertising. So if you're looking to do a podcast, check out ausha.co in order to start today. And now we're back to our podcast. What are you drawing? Hopscotch. Yeah. That's good.
I don't know how to make a number 4.
You don't know how to make a what?
Number 4.
I'll make the 4 for you.
I don't know why.
We go down, over, and up. That's the number 4. This is Stevie's daughter, Scarlett. I like spending time with her because she reminds me of a time when life was simpler and it was easier to enjoy everything around us rather than let everything around us stress us out. Times when embracing new things didn't have consequences and someone was always there to pull you up when you needed. That was an amazing time.
5.
I'm gonna draw 5. There's 5.
Then there's light blue.
Light
These
blue.
can actually grow up.
Yeah.
These can and they don't not.
Can you draw the square and I'll put the number?
Yeah.
Nope, you gotta draw it here.
Yeah, but since this is number 1, so these don't get on. And this is not get on, so this goes to get on, because hopscotch is like that.
Okay.
When making decisions based on what's livable financially, I think when you're in the midst of the grind and you don't have much of anything in the bank to sit back on, but you still want to take on this gamble, it's important to break it down as narrowly as possible. So instead of breaking down by annual income, you should break it down by month, or in my case, I'm going to break it down by day since I have so many different streams of revenue that I'm going to try to make work on a very low scale to start. So I sit down and I lay out all my bills. I start typing them into a spreadsheet. Currently, my bills come out to around $2,400 a month, not including things like groceries or my extracurriculars. That essentially means if I worked every single day of the month, I would need to make $80 a day just to pay my bills. As it is, after taxes and benefits, my current full-time job is about $600 a week, and after doing quick math, covers just enough to take care of those bills, which means my other side hustles have been covering everything else. Now, the leap of faith is betting that if I drop my full-time job, I can turn my side hustles into full-time ones. It also means that for a time, I will be giving up job benefits like health insurance, dental, and vision. It makes me sit back and have some perspective on whether this is the right move.
So, my plan is hopefully quit by May. Ideally, quit by May, my job, and then go all in on the marketing and the food tent stuff. But I gotta get the money to get all the equipment I still need, and my license, my manager's license.
Yeah.
But I just feel like if I don't quit my job first, I'm not gonna do it.
That's true.
At least not go all in.
Yeah.
I just need a little bit more preparation, actually, though, like just a little bit.
But what sucks though is like, man, you quit in May, it's gonna be hard to get on events. Your May events are pretty much fucked.
Yeah, but I don't necessarily, like
I know you don't care about events.
like I was about to say, like you were talking about yesterday, it's like
you don't have to.
I don't necessarily have to do events. I can,
Yeah.
and I don't know.
You always have mics every other Saturday flea market.
Yeah. So.
So, the streams of income will be coming from a few different areas. As it is currently, I do computer work. I'll still be doing that for the time being, but I will not be doing phone or tablet repair because the liability and time investment on that stuff is too high for the reward when it comes to my ability to work on them. The next stream of income will be digital content, which ranges from things like creating videos and getting ad revenue to doing marketing and helping other businesses strategize on how to make other people aware of their products. Another potential stream down the road could be in personal fitness as I finish my ISSA certification, but that is a couple months away depending on how I manage my time. The big one though will be my food tent. In the past, I've worked with Stevie helping him get his Shake-Ups tent off the ground, and he's had booming success with it. Now I'm going to need his help getting my food tent off the ground myself. Tentatively, my plan is to put in my notice soon and make April 27th my last day at my full-time job with this software company. I'm extremely stressed over the entire endeavor because while I'm not afraid to find another job if I fail at this pursuit, I am afraid of what happens if I don't properly take care of my current responsibilities. On my next episode, I'm going to sit down and break down what my actual business plan looks like for the food tent, and I'm going to get into what we're selling, financial projections, and what I need in order to start selling by May. So, I'll see you next week. Again, thanks for listening, and make sure you hit the follow button if you enjoyed this podcast.